Donald Trump appeared to come to a realization on Sunday that he has screwed up big time with regard to getting foreign countries to come over and invest in the United States, which, of course, ironically, is something I had said the day before Trump came to this realization. But he got on Truth Social on Sunday and basically tried to convince his base that, hey, you guys are going to have to bear with me on this because sometimes we have to let foreigners into the country, so you can't demand that we go and make ICE do all these raids all the time, because by doing that, we scare off all of the investments that I've been trying to secure from foreign countries. Now, Trump, of course, is referring to what happened at that Hyundai plant in Georgia, where hundreds of legal South Koreans were rounded up in that ICE raid, and several people from China, several people from Japan. However, they were all here on legal visas, but they were rounded up and shipped out of the country. And Trump realized after the president of South Korea came out and said, yeah, this is going to make it not conducive for our businesses to even want to come to your country. That's when Trump finally realized, oh no, my racist immigration policies have cost this country tremendously. It's not very common that Donald Trump comes to a realization like that, but apparently he did. I will read you his post on Truth Social in just a second, but first a quick word from today's video sponsor. By now you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed, but almost no one's reporting how ICE will get nearly $40 billion of our tax money each year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so you think it's all in your best interest. But we've seen the ICE raids ramping up. Now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried. Making ground news essential right now is what all of this is doing. They're the only tool I've found exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we've seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere. And right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the same Vantage plan that I have been using. That comes out to $5 a month for unlimited access to everything I've mentioned and so much more. Just go to ground.news/Farron or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details. So on Truth Social on Sunday, upon realizing how badly he had screwed up, Donald Trump said, quote, "When foreign companies who are building extremely complex products, machines, and various other things," he put things in quotes, I don't understand that, but okay, "come into the United States with massive investments, I want them to bring their people of expertise for a period of time to teach and train our people how to make these very unique and complex products as they phase out of our country and back into their land. If we didn't do this, all of that massive investment will never come in the first place. Chips, semiconductors, computers, ships, trains, and so many other products that we have to learn from others how to make, or in many cases relearn, because we used to be great at it, but not anymore. For example, shipbuilding, where we used to build a ship a day and now we barely build a ship a year. I don't want to frighten off or disincentivize investment into America by outside countries or companies." If that had been the end of it, I would be sitting here telling you a very different story today. If he had stopped the post right there, I, for the first time in my life, would be coming out and telling you that was a very well thought out post from Donald Trump that clearly somebody else wrote. And that's a good message. That's the right message. Good for you, Donald Trump, is what I would be saying if he hadn't kept typing. Because then he added, "We welcome them, we welcome their employees, and we are willing to proudly say we will learn from them and do even better than them at their own game sometime in the not-too-distant future." Fuck. Really? You had to add that. You had to go and be a jackass right in the last sentence. You couldn't have just shut the hell up. Like, again, 95% of that message was actually a good, well thought out message. The message we do want to send. But then you're like, give me your people for a brief amount of time, teach my people, and my people are going to kick your ass because we're better than you and we're smarter than you. But we can't be smarter than you unless you teach us how to be smarter than you, because right now I guess we're pretty dumb, right? God bless America, this man. If I were a foreign company and I'm reading the first part of the message, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is a good message. This is easing my fears. And then when he's like, we're going to be better than you, then you start thinking like, well, uh-oh. Do I want to bring my people over here to train these people that are allegedly going to become better than me? And when they become better than us, they can go off and work at other companies and be better and smarter? You know, companies that are our competition? I don't think so. So thanks, but no thanks, Donald. You had us in the first half, not gonna lie, right? And then you ruined it and screwed everything up with your idiotic boast that, of course, isn't even the way things work. And I love that you admit, like, yeah, we're not smart enough to be smarter than you unless you come and teach us how to be smart. What an admission, too, right? This guy, this president, has no idea how to actually be a diplomat. He has no idea how to get things done. He has no idea how to talk to people. And because of that, he is going to lose all of these so-called investments that he's secured into the United States, even though, as I've pointed out, most of the countries or, blocks of countries have already said, like, yeah, we may not even do it. So the few that actually are, like South Korea, has been scared off again now because of Donald Trump's horrific response to the horrific action that ICE took in Georgia. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.